Hi, this is Greg Jameson. Welcome to week 2 of the Power Plus Academy. We have an absolutely fantastic presentation for you today. As you know, last week we talked about the first letter in the POWER acronym, which was getting plenty of traffic to your website. Today we're going to talk about O, offer something for free. I'm going to go ahead and get started by sharing my screen. And let's jump right into it. As we said, today we're going to talk about offering something for free. Now, last week, driving plenty of traffic to your website, we might find that there's a little bit of overlap here in terms of when you offer something for free. One of the reasons why you're going to do this is because you want to bring people back to your website. Typically what happens when you're driving all this traffic, whether it be from Google or from eBay or from, like we talked about last week, affiliates and joint venture partners, from social media sites, from mobile, YouTube, whatever, you want to get them to your email list so that you can then be able to bring them back to your site. And that's certainly what offering a free gift is all about as well. In the industry, we call this a lead magnet, or Seth Godin refers to it as an ethical bribe. But what we want to do is get these people to join our email list. And I can tell you, after having built a whole bunch of websites, that what doesn't work is what you see on the screen here now, to just say, sign up for our newsletter so we can stay in touch. People typically aren't going to do that because it doesn't offer them an incentive for you to join their mailing list. Now, some people go a step further and they say, hey, get a free white paper here. Give us your name, your company, your title, all this stuff, and your email, and we'll give you access to a free white paper. Well, white papers are free. So again, that typically doesn't work very well either. You want to give them an incentive as in a good reason as to why they would want to share their email with you. Now, a coupon might be a little bit better of an offer because you're actually going to save some money. As it turns out, what works better than a coupon is to actually give somebody a gift card. It might be the same thing as a coupon. Technically, it's the same thing. You're getting a certain amount off of your next purchase, but because you call it a gift card, it works better than a coupon. And a free offer, such as what everyone knows about with Vistaprint, providing business cards, tends to work extremely well. What you're trying to do here is to create an irresistible, compelling offer. You want to make your readers an offer that they can't refuse. In fact, your incentive should be something that they think they can't live without, and they'd be willing to pay for it if you weren't so generously offering to give it away for free. When you hand over an email address, most people think this is a pretty big commitment because you're basically allowing someone direct access to their inbox, which a lot of people think of as being very personal. And your reader is basically giving you a level of trust, and they're willing to hear more when they say, here's my email address. So it has to be a pretty significant thing that you're going to give them in order for them to give you their email address in return. So you're trying to create an irresistible, compelling offer. Now, as I said, just saying, sign me up for your newsletter isn't going to work. But if you see something like what's on the screen here, where we're giving somebody a really compelling offer, you're asking them a question, are you gluten-free and still sick? Well, this groundbreaking free video will help to restore your health. Enter your primary email address and get free instant access. That's a pretty compelling offer, and a reason why somebody may, in fact, want to give up their email address. So that's what you need to think of in terms of what you're going to do on your website to be able to get people to give you their email address. What kind of an irresistible, compelling offer can you provide? Now, since the book, Amazon's Dirty Little Secrets, is based on Amazon, and we're trying to emulate things that Amazon does, you might be asking, well, what the heck does Amazon give away for free? And it turns out they give quite a few things away. One of which is a piece of software called Kindle for the PC. And you can simply go there and get this piece of software and turn your laptop into a Kindle. Now, why would they do that? Well, obviously because they want to sell you more ebooks. They have another piece of software that you can get for free called the Amazon Cloud Player. Basically competes with iTunes. Again, it's totally free. And the reason, of course, is they want to sell you more downloadable digital music. There's another thing that Amazon has for free. You actually have to be invited to participate in this, but Amazon takes their most influential customers, and manufacturers might supply free product to these customers simply to get a rating and review on Amazon. There's no requirement amongst Amazon Vine members that they have to give out 5-star reviews. They can give out whatever level of review they want, but they get the product for free in exchange for doing these reviews. As I said, this is something you have to be invited to. You can't just sign up for it. But again, there's a whole bunch of things that Amazon gives away for free, including all types of ebooks, music, and videos. Not everything is free on Amazon, obviously, but there is plenty of free things. Just go in there and type in free stuff, and you will see all types of things come up that you can get from Amazon for free. Now, when I first got involved in giving away something for free, it was really kind of a mistake, to tell you the truth. I've been in the Boy Scouts for over 25 years, and as a Scoutmaster, every year we would have to train the new boys who would lead the troop for the next year. And this involved basically a day-long training course that they would go through called Junior Leader Training. At the end of that training, I wanted to give them a certificate saying that they had participated in this training and were now ready to lead the troop. Well, being a gearhead, I thought, you know, instead of just creating a certificate one time, what if I actually create this little program that would allow me to build a certificate and then just enter in the name of each boy that went through the training, so that I only had to create this one time. So I built this little program, and you can see here that you basically select whether you want a horizontal or vertical certificate. You choose some graphics, you pick a seal, where you want this stuff to go, and then you enter in some text. Pick some fonts and whatnot. And it all comes out, and at the end of it, it says, hey, that's a pretty cool certificate, and it allows you to print this thing for free. Well, like I said, I built this for my own use, and I thought it works pretty well. What if I share this with some of my other friends who are in Scouts? So I sent out an email to about 12 of my other Scoutmaster friends and said, hey, I built this little program for my own use. It's useful to you. Let me know. By the very next morning, I started getting emails from all over the world. I was getting emails from China and Africa and South America. People saying, wow, this is the greatest thing ever. Thanks for writing this program. I hadn't even written it for anybody other than myself, and I had just decided to share it with a few people. It had gone viral within 24 hours. So I decided, okay, let's ask them for their email address. So before somebody can actually print out this certificate, they have to enter in their name and their email address. Well, because this thing became so popular so quickly, I thought I was actually going to get in trouble with the Boy Scouts. But instead, what they did is they wrote a blog post about it and told everybody else about it. So now I was getting even more traction by people coming through the Boy Scouts to get to my certificate making program. To this day, I get about 30 emails a day. 30 emails times 30 days in a month, that's almost 1,000 emails in a month. There are some days that I've gotten as many as 500 emails in one day. Now, the really cool thing is because I gave them this free certificate that they can print out, and I now have their email address, I can sell them other things on my site, such as a custom frame to frame that certificate. Now, you might be saying, I don't have a certificate making program. What can I give away on my site that would truly attract people and make them excited enough to give me their email address? Well, there's all sorts of ethical bribes out there that you can provide. There are time-saving cheat sheets, handy templates, toolkits, blueprints, patterns, or recipes, case studies, video courses, graphics, an introductory consultation. Almost any business could provide a free checkup. If you're in the computer industry, you could provide a free PC checkup. A doctor, you could provide a thyroid checkup. An auto mechanic, an engine checkup. So any type of a checkup is obviously something that you could provide. You don't have to actually give people something that is yours. Obviously, you could do things like purchase some lottery tickets and give those away. You can go bigger and, give away a trip to Disneyland or give them an iPad. Of course, maybe what you want to do there is instead put them into a drawing so that you're only giving away one of these things for every 1,000 people that gives you their email address or whatever parameters you set up. I have one customer that actually gives away tickets to Bronco games. And essentially what she does is she requires a minimum of $100, either online or in the store, to be entered into a drawing for the tickets. This works out really well because somebody might come up to the counter with $90 worth of merchandise, and the clerk can say, do you realize if you just spent another $10, you would be in the running for these Bronco tickets? And as a result, she ends up selling more. Now, some of the people listening to this webinar, I know, sell food products. And you might be saying, well, I can't just give away my food products and ship those for free. But what you could do is you could create a recipe that you could give away for free, or perhaps a whole series of recipes. Provide an ebook full of recipes based around your food products. Perhaps you want to give away some type of a pattern. If depending upon what you're selling, it could be a physical pattern, or it could be a blueprint with instructions on how to make something. Smartphone apps are a great thing to give away for free. If you've got your own smartphone app, that can be a great way to get somebody's email address. If you don't, you again can give away a smartphone app that isn't yours. An example here is this Paid to Save app. Basically, what this app will do is it allows people to advertise their business and find out all types of saving things. So someone could go and use this app and say, I'm looking for the cheapest haircut, or I'm looking for coupons at a restaurant, whatever. And this app will provide that for you. Now, to use this app, it's called Paid to Save. You have to have a referral code. And so I've displayed my referral code up there, 1085024. You now have that referral code. You can go in there and get the Paid to Save app and get your own referral code so that you can now give away this app just like I'm doing here. I'm telling you, go to either the iTunes store or the Android Play Store, look for Paid to Save, use that referral code. Once you have it, you'll get your own referral code, and you can now be providing this app to your customers. Now, displayed on the screen here are a whole bunch of objects that we all used to think of as being physical products. Movies, mail, records, books, photos. Yet today, all of those things are digital. They are downloadable items, and no longer do we think of them only as physical products. The reason that I'm showing you that is because of a technology that probably many of us have started to hear about called 3D printing. And what 3D printing does is it allows a printer to actually generate a product based upon some raw materials. You can see there is on the left here a large commercial printer that has printed out a couple of bicycle helmets. But there are home versions of 3D printers that are starting to show up here as well, as you can see in the lower right. I know that I recently went to my dentist and got a new crown for my tooth, and he actually was able to build the crown for my tooth with a 3D printer right in his office. So there wasn't this usual 2-week waiting period to get the crown. I went in there, he scanned the tooth, created the crown, and immediately put it in. So the whole appointment only lasted a couple of hours. The reason for showing you that and talking about that is that one of the things that I think that you could do here in the very near future is actually send for free 3D printer files. Somebody might be able to go and simply create a pair of shoes based upon the 3D printer file that you send to them for having given you their email address. There are all kinds of things that are being printed with 3D. You can see here clothing, guitars, jewelry. Prosthetics are a big thing with 3D printers. Even cars can be made with 3D printers. I personally have seen the complete motorcycle that was 3D printed and functional. In China, they are experimenting with being able to even 3D print houses. Now, again, some of you have talked about, well, I have food products, I don't have to worry about that. The reality is that just like the Star Trek replicator that we might have seen where it creates, say, a cup of hot chocolate when somebody tells the replicator what they want, that technology is not very far away. You can 3D print certain food items already today. So sending somebody a 3D print file as the means of offering something for free is not too far off. Now, last week we had some people say, well, I have an eBay store, and as an eBay, I sell everything on eBay. How can I utilize the information that you're providing me when I'm an eBay seller? Well, there's an application out there called Auction Nudge, and this is actually a free to use program. You sign up and you can use it, and you can see here that basically what it does is it takes all of your eBay listings and allows you to embed those directly into your own website. So maybe you only sell on eBay, but I'm recommending that you go ahead and you use an application like Auction Nudge, create your own website, put your eBay listings in there, that's great, but then you can have other pages on your website, and one of the things that you could do is to offer something for free and grab their email addresses. There's another program out there called Thunderclap, which is a great way of spreading information very quickly on social media sites. Basically, it lets people go in there and create this thunderclap, everybody clapping at the same time, so that your message spreads on Facebook, Twitter, and Tumblr, and so forth. If you reach your supporter goal Thunderclap basically blasts out this message, creating a wave of attention. Now, the reason for talking about that is that you could have a URL containing a promo code or just a link to a free digital asset that you can include with your Thunderclap campaign. And then basically you can say if somebody supports your campaign, then they will see a thank you message with this link to this special offer that you provide. So that can be a great way of promoting your free item and getting lots of exposure. Another really cool little plugin for WordPress sites is something called WP Like to Get. And basically what this does is it makes it so that somebody has to either like this on Facebook, tweet about it, or +1 it on Google Plus in order to get the rest of the content. So for example, beforehand there might be a story, The Adventures of Tom Sawyer, and they see the whole thing. Well, now by locking a portion of that content until somebody likes it, they only see a portion of the story. So this could be a great way of sharing digital assets such as a video file or a download link. You can take that a step further and now say, okay, now that you've liked this and you've seen the rest of the content, you've seen the video, now I'm going to give you yet something else for free. I'm going to give you the access to a digital download, for example, by having you complete this form, which includes your email address. So I'm actually giving away something for free here today too. This is a book that goes along with this course, and everybody going through this course has the digital version of it already available. You can go to the members only section and download each week's section. But this is a 270-page printed book that I am going to give to people that are watching the seminar today if you do something for me. So it's an exchange, but I am going to give it to you for doing something that's very easy. Basically, I want you to go to bit.ly/impact speaker. So that's just what you see there on the screen, http://bit.ly/impact speaker. And this is a video that's been posted on Facebook for this event called the Impact Event. It is a call for speakers, and I would like to be able to speak at this event. And so whoever gets the most comments on this link will be invited to speak at the Impact Event. So I don't want you to just go there and like it. I want you to actually go there and leave a comment for me, and then I'm going to send you this book. So in conclusion here today, I want to reiterate that most of your visitors are never going to return to your website. You have to offer a good enough reason for them to sign up for your list, or they're going to be lost forever. You need to get their email so that you can remain in contact with them, because they won't return if you don't have their email address. And that's the reason why you need to give them something for free. With that, I would like to introduce my special presenters today, Angel Tucci and Eric Reamer. Angel and Eric are the hosts of what's been dubbed the most positive business talk show in America. They have a part of that, something that they call Fan Bragging Friday, which I've participated in myself. And it is an absolutely phenomenal thing where people go there and brag about other businesses on their radio show. With that, I'm going to turn the screen over to my good friends, Angel and Eric.